show starts in 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1, go, go.
The woods breathe heavy like a dying man. Shadows crawl where no shadows can. The air tastes bitter like a stolen truth. Each step a lie, each sound uncouth. Eyes in the branches, whispers in the stone. You're not alone. No, you're not alone. Raven's domain, where the brave are slain. Every breath you take, every move's in vain. Raven's domain, hear the trees complain. You're the hunted now, feel the hunter's pain. Branches crackle like a witch's laugh. The path ahead splits like a shattered glass. The fog wraps tight a suffocating shroud. The forest hums low like a funeral crowd. Roots rise like fingers clutching your soul. The guardians stir, the night's taking its toll. Is it the wind or their teeth in the dark? The end of your story, the forest mark. Raven's domain, where the brave are slain. Every breath you take, every move's in vain. Raven's domain, hear the trees complain. You're the hunted now, feel the hunter's pain. Raven's domain, where the brave are slain. Every breath you take, every move's in vain. Raven's domain, hear the trees complain. You're the hunted now, feel the hunter's pain.
Oh, yeah. Feel the hunter's pain. Yes. Raven. She is the evil one in the book by Ben Walker. And as soon as I get rid of this, The Legend of Willow's Hollows by Ben Walker. Raven is the evil witch. But she didn't get there by accident. Her father got her involved. He's the one behind all the evil, and he created her. $15 buys your own personal copy from Amazon. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Ben Walker, the author, will be joining myself as well as my co-host, Regina Musser. We will be discussing this book, why he thought about it, how he created it, how it was written, what his expectations are, And will there be a sequel? Because the story ends like there's kind of like there might be a little bit more there to be talking about. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, broadcast Tuesday and Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Like I said, tomorrow is going to be about his book. On Thursday, we start discussing something rather unique. The author, Ben Walker, suffers from autism and epilepsy. And he found out that there were, I should say, soldiers who fought in the Confederate Army who suffered from the same illness and how they coped. We'll be discussing about that as well. He's a young man, and he does have some difficulties. So, we'll take the broadcast slow and easy. And if you have questions, please bring them. If you know of someone who has autism or suffers from epilepsy, please be part of the show. Let them watch. Let them see what can be accomplished even though you have that illness. I hope you like my new setup on the wall. My college degree, my bachelor's degree in marketing. This one here is my certificate for being a board member of the SIA. This one over here is my honorable discharge from the United States Air Force. And of course, that is sweet little old me. And over here, we have two toys that were given to me, General Lee, and General Grant. And thus far, they've been playing nice side by side. I haven't seen them go after each other, so I guess they brought a truce together. And of course, the flags of the South. Has anyone been following the news? It's kind of like up in your face anyways, in one aspect or another, okay? I think the three biggest ones that I follow the closest is, first off, and I know this might, and I'm going to say it very as nicely as I possibly can, is because I know that I have a friend who watches, and he and I don't quite agree on the reality or not reality of the X3I asteroid. All I'm going to say is this. First off, yes, you have to be very careful of what you watch, what you repeat, what you post, because AI has gotten to such a point that you can't tell reality from fake. Okay. Now, obviously, some AI is way out there, and it's easy to spot. But there are others that are more difficult to try and figure out. Wow, is that real? Come on, really? So this is all I'm going to say. We have experts on both sides of the story. It's just an asteroid doing what asteroid does. The other side saying no. It is a spaceship, and inside are multiple thousands of smaller spaceships, and it's headed towards Earth. Apparently, if you believe it, it's already sent a message to us. And I guess by I think it said November 19th or December. I think it was either November, December 19th. I forget which month. But anyways, it's going to be approaching Earth soon. So Do we get upset about it? Do we get excited about it? Do we get happy, sad, angry, pissed off? What I don't know. All I know is that the experts are saying that NASA is not being upfront honest about what it is. That NASA already has some phenomenal photography of it, some video of it. They know what it is. They're just not sharing it. Others are saying that it's fake. It's just an asteroid, a very unique asteroid, and not to worry about it. I guess we'll just have to wait and see which side wins out. It might just be if it is. I am on the side of believing it's a spacecraft. I'm sorry. Okay. Maybe it's just my childhood dream of eventually seeing a spaceship land on Earth. Of course, with my luck, it's going to be the kind where the creatures come out and they start eating us. You know, I don't know. Um, we'll have to wait and see, right? Have to wait and see. The other big story is about the EBT, the food stamps, with uh, the government being shut down. There's not someone there to push the button that says transfer the money to the EBT program so people can eat. I mean, hell, just bring the person in that's responsible for transferring the money, have them push the button, and have them go back out the door. It can't be that difficult. Just transfer the money to the program and let the people get their money. I think what it is that the Democrats thought that if they shut the government down and which would affect the food stamps, that Trump and his people would jump on the bandwagon and say, "Let's open it up. Let's give the Democrats what they want, so that people can eat." I don't think the Democrats expected the Republicans to hold out this long. I really don't. Thankfully, there are organizations within the states that are stepping forward to provide money and other forms of food so people can eat. What I hope doesn't happen is that once they, if the people who are on this program make it through November, going into December, I hope that the government agencies just doesn't say, "Hey, well, you know what? We made it through 1 month. Let's just do it. No, let's not put the money in it for the second month and the third month. You know what? Let's just get rid of the program altogether because the states are stepping up and providing food for its people." Unfortunately, I don't think that type of help lasts very long. I think it's to the point that some of these states have extra money to do stuff with, and instead of doing what they want to do with, they're making sure that people have food on the table. Okay. Now, I will say this. There was a video going around about this woman. She's missing some front teeth, and her tongue sticks out through her teeth as she talks. She has kids in the background. She's saying, "Woe is me! I have 7 kids. What am I going to do? I got to feed my kids." Right? Turns out that's a fake. That's an AI video, and it's not real. Okay. There are others who are real, openly discussing the fact that I can't get my steak and I can't get my lobster. Well, what the hell? Even I can't afford that, and I work. I think if before I started bringing in extra income, in fact, right now, my health insurance provides me with what's called healthy foods for old people. You're old, so you got to eat certain foods. But it's very specific as to what I can get. It's like $100. The insurance company provides it, and you can only go to certain stores, okay, and you can only get certain food items. And steak and lobster is not part of it. I could get milk, I could get tea, I get coffee, I could get some cereals, sugar, and a few other items, but very, very specific. I think to some degree the EBT should be the same way. It should be limited to healthy food for you and your children. And again, I've seen insurance. I've seen um, videos showing these people loading up their carts with all kinds of junk snack foods and stuff like that on the EBT. Again, uh, you can't be assured that that's a real video. It could be a fake. So until I start seeing, Newsmax or Fox News or ABC, CBS, NBC, whatever news out there in the street showing people actually using the EBT for these purposes, it's going to be kind of hard to believe. I know some folks said that they're going to riot. They're going to go run in and they're going to break into these stores and they're going to steal food. I haven't seen any video of that as of yet. Not saying it has not happened, but I have not seen it as of yet. So we have the asteroid slash spaceship. We have the food stamp slash EBT slash government shutdown. Another thing that I've been following, the fact that Trump said that he would keep us out of wars. Now, he did very nicely shut down 8 wars in other countries. Thank you very much, Mr. President. But he is, one of his big things was the drugs, the drug cartels. And, he had these ships, these little speedboats full of drugs making their way from Colombia, Yugoslavia towards our country to distribute drugs to kill thousands of Americans. So he has his Navy out there, our Navy, our Air Force, our drones, our 6,000 Marines out there fighting the good fight to keep these drug cartels from doing what they do the best, which is they killing Americans by distributing drugs. He also has the CIA involved. So I'm hoping that what he doesn't do is he doesn't, give the order for our soldiers to go into these 2 countries to take out the cartels themselves, since the governments of those 2 countries don't seem to be taking the job seriously. I also know that there are Christians who are crying for help in Nigeria because they're being slaughtered for their belief. So I know that President Trump intends on possibly going in there with guns ablazing, using his words, to bring it to an end. Does that mean boots on the ground or bullets flying from the air? I don't know. Either way, it's a war that could drag in other countries in support of the Nigerian government, which could involve Russia. We have Russia, who is dusting off their nuclear missiles and getting them ready for maybe um, shooting them into Ukraine to bring that war to a final end. He's threatened to bring it to the United States. So President Trump is doing the same thing. He is dusting off our nuclear missiles to bring them to a point to where if we need to, we can respond in a timely fashion. So, we got potential wars in Nigeria. We got potential wars in Yugoslavia, Colombia. We got Trump trying to keep his promise of removing the illegals, but the Democrat liberal justice system keeps, getting in the way. We have the government shutdown. You have EBT. It makes you wonder, right? Wasn't too long ago that, many Americans would have was referred to as the Victory Garden. It goes back to World War II, I believe, where people would grow crops in their backyard, like a little farmette kind of thing going on. I know I have a backyard large enough to do that. Maybe if things continue the way they're doing, maybe come spring of this next year, I'll start doing the same thing, planting some crops out back. So, anywho, I just wanted to jump on here real quick to, announce tomorrow, Tuesday, 7 p.m. We'll be discussing Ben Walker's book, The Legend of Willow's Hollows. Timely book. It was great for Halloween. Also, the fact that Thursdays we'll be talking about soldiers in the military who have epilepsy and I always forget the one, autism. And of course, the fact that Regina Musser has agreed to be my co-host. It's always important to have a co-host who agrees with the host, especially when the majority of my broadcasts goes to Southern groups. Once you get past Ben's book and the Confederate soldiers suffering from these two illnesses, the next reel of broadcasts will be concerning various battles of the war between the North and the South. I'm going to start keeping track. In fact, I'm going to backtrack to my clients who all have bloodlines going back to the Confederacy, and find their ancestors and what battles they fought in, and then doing studies on those particular battles, and try and find reenactments to make use of to show that the South still lives and always will, and hopefully one day it will once again rise up, preferably peacefully, to become a nation of its own. Because I do believe that the beliefs between the Southern people and the Northern people are absolutely different. I really, really, truly believe that. So I'm going to end this particular broadcast with one more song. It's just the music that I've been playing comes from Suno.com. $10 a month gets you up to 10,000 songs a month. I'll never get there. But what you do is you take a few lines, like 5 sentences, put it into the system, and it creates the music for you. So what I did was I took some lines from a couple of the pages I've been reading from his book to create this music. So the one you just heard was a country version. This one here is a little bit different. It's more haunting. I think you're gonna really enjoy this one here. Like I said, it's more haunting, more subtle, more ethereal, I think is a good word for it. So I'm going to play this. If nobody comes in here, then I'll jump off and get back to work. Here we go, folks.
Woods breathe heavy like a dying man. Shadows crawl where no shadows can. The air tastes bitter like a stolen truth. Each step a lie, each sound uncouth. Eyes in the branches, whispers in the stone. You're not alone. No, no. You're not alone. branches crackle like a witch's laugh. The path ahead splits like a shattered glass. The fog wraps tight a suffocating shroud. The forest hums low like a funeral crowd. Roots rise like fingers clutching your soul. The guardian stir, the night's taking its toll. Is it the wind or the teeth in the dark? The end of your story, the forest mark. Raven's domain, where the brave are slain. Every breath you take, every move's in Raven's domain. Hear the trees complain, you're the hunted now. Feel the hunter's pain.
Absolutely. Feel the hunter's pain. Ah, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Suno.com. So, folks, this is Randy of All Roads Lead Home Genealogy and Colonel Randall Rose of the Caroline Gray Ghost saying, have a great day. Don't forget tomorrow, 7 o'clock p.m. time, we'll be talking to Ben Walker about this book, about these songs that have been created from his book. Take care, my friends.